I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All the way, all the cup and turn it up, all the way, G-Rock say, all the cup, we go all the way, boom, all the cup, August 12 and 13, be there and Excelsior School Ground, be there and kick it to them like a ball, after all, it's Ali, the baller, whoa.
Greetings, good afternoon, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Man in His Man. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Thus far, you're enjoying your day. If not, I hope that the fact that our reggae girls will be playing a game today, and there seem to be some proper organization and less issues and challenges, you will be made happy by the time the day is over. Again, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, as usual, we ask you to subscribe, to like our content, and also to share the content with others. You know, for those of you who are already in and making comments, welcome. Fresh God and Eagle Republic, Ian Campbell, Gunner for Life. Always appreciate you joining. And I know we have been on a rough journey as the football in public, but hey, such is life. You know, sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them. Welcome as well to the other vloggers who are here. I see Ryan LFC, my brother. Blessings to you as well, and thanks for joining the show. All right. We had a wonderful time yesterday evening watching the JPL game. A very good game. Could have been better, but very good game. The turnout was well organized event. Some persons are saying that it was close to 20,000 people. Some are saying it's between 15 to 16. So yeah, that was good. Ryan, when you were on yesterday, somebody was saying that you were blank from the channel Craig Butler Unfiltered. Wasn't sure what they were saying, but they're saying that you are blank. So I'm not sure what happened over there. So I don't know if it is something that you can disclose. If not, it's fine. But just thought I would ask you since it was brought up on the platform. All right. Yeah. So if you can, you can speak to it. If not, my brother, I totally understand. You probably not wanting to, but I want to begin with a couple of things. All right. One, I did a video yesterday. If you did not watch it, you can go and watch it. Around 15 to 17 minutes. And in that video, I spoke about our U15 girls, the continuing saga between the JFF and CASAFA, and also about this A-level coaching course that is happening. Since that time, there has been a release, and I'm going to read for you the release. And this was after I did the video, so I had no knowledge of some of these things, but maybe it is the video that was done and the other person is picking it up why this was done. So this was for immediate release. It says 6 Jamaican coaches with help from the JMMB, Joan Duncan Foundation, and the Jamaica Football Federation are in Trinidad. So these people were, when I did the video, apparently the persons were already in Trinidad. You would have noticed that Mr. Rudolph Speed was not on the Cavaliers bench yesterday. It says that they are in Trinidad for the Trinidad and Tobago Association's inaugural A-license coaching course. The in-person phase of the course runs from July 14, which is today, to the 11th. 7 days if my calculations are right. So they would have left from Sunday to get to Trinidad for the course today, and will be led by the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association Technical Director Anton Carneal, right? English FA's educator Tony McCallum, and Brazil coach educator and former national team fitness coach Geraldo Delamore. Andrew Peart, JFF head of coaching education, Wendell Downswell, director of football, Maron Garden, national men's team assistant coach, Rudolph Speed, technical and development committee chairman, Marcel Gayle, national under-20 head coach, and Vassell Reynolds, JFF coach educator, are the coaches enrolled on the course. All right, so these are the 6 persons. So we have now got names. It is very important, and we know that JMMB has come on board to assist. So it is very important now that we know what is the cost for the course and were other coaches given the option to attend. If not, then why not? And what is the reason behind the selection of these 6 persons and who made the selection? So there are parish presidents who were not part of, who make up the board of the JFF, who were not part of the selection. Is this done by the technical committee that would then include Mr. Speed and Mr. Downswell? So did they select the coaches and selected themselves, or there was a selection from the board that is less a general secretary that sometimes include the chairman of the technical committee that made the selection? These things are necessary and important to be put out there for the purpose of transparency, and they are reasonable questions to be asked. Now, the persons have been selected, so it cannot be undone. They have been selected. So the next question is, were these people selected because they have future role in the national program, or they are going to be a part of the coaching education? These are questions that must be answered. Is it that our expectation is from these six persons? These six persons, the makeup of these persons will constitute the coaching setup all across. And my issue is not with the coaches being educated, or the federation paying for it, or people coming on board and paying for it. But were these the six best persons to choose to do the course for the advancement of the football, and who are the persons who selected these coaches? It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting because none of these persons are presently involved in the female side of football, as far as I know. So we have selected six coaches, and not one of them are part of the female program. Is it that those involved in it have all the requisite qualifications? These are questions that we must get answers for, and why it is necessary that when these things are done, we have persons from the JFF, including the press officer, Mr. Earl Bailey, speaking to the public. All right. My understanding is that for the course itself, the cost is US $1,500. That's for the course. It doesn't now include travel, accommodation, just for the course. All right. So if you multiply that by $150, that's 225,000 Jamaican dollars. All right. Times the six coaches, that's $1.3 million. All right. Again, this don't include the six persons traveling to Trinidad, accommodation for the 7 days. This is the cost for doing the course and the material, not accommodation, not per diem. Like all of these things, there needs to be some sort of breakdown and explanation. I also find it kind of strange is that Mr. Speid, who I communicate with, had all of this information because it's not a surprise. And I don't know of any forum where he mentioned it. Right? Now, so for me, bemused by some of the happenings. It's great that some coaches are taking the A license. I'm a little surprised more of the younger coaches are not in. Don't know how the selection is done, honestly. And all we need is explanation. How does the Trinidad and it's not a Trinidad and Tobago A license. It's a Concacaf. It is a Concacaf A license, and it is being done in Trinidad. Right? Is it a selection process or person with lower level license applied? That's what I'm saying. We don't know because there are other B license coaches in Jamaica. There are others, and should the technical director be a part of it? Right? Most of the people are JFF people. Biasness. Should the coaches pay for their own license? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm here thinking in an effort to better the coaching. When the local coaches are doing the C license, the D license coach, they have to pay. And remember, they are not earning. All of these people are earning. Mr. Speid is earning as a technical director of Cavaliers and as a part of the technical committee. Mr. Downswell is earning. Mr. Gayle is earning. National coach, Waterhouse coach. Meron Garden coaches everything. He's senior team earning. Garvey Massey. Vassell Reynolds is at Manchester coaching school. Same thing with Mr. Peart. Glenmuir coaching school. So these people are earning. Shouldn't they then pay for their own courses? If the person doing the D license, a lot of the people doing the D license are at the lowest level of football. They're getting no money and they had to fork out $30,000 to do the course. Why the people at the top level who are earning money are not paying to do the course? Why? Oh. And Eagle Republic here, right, is not a Concacaf license. That's what I'm saying. Why are they doing? I don't know. Let me just read this again because you seem like you're right, Eagle Republic, that it is the Trinidad and Tobago. Let me see. It says are in Trinidad for the Trinidad and Tobago Association inaugural A license coaching course. My understanding, though, is that it is the Concacaf A license that they'll be getting, but it is being done in Trinidad. That is my understanding. I know I'm getting some other reports that it is not, but yeah. And all of these persons are B licensed coaches who have been selected with and coaching educators with the exception of Marcel Gayle. But why other people? Right, let me get a couple more. Any word on Peter McGregor? Is the injury bad? Oh, I am sure. I'm going to get some details on that fresh God. My name is Mayan. See that 2026 World Cup Netflix series start. Speed hide the information. Mannings, I tell you already, say them give all these coaches license in 2019 and no one believed me. Mannings, man, mind they ask you why you not pay for them. I did the FED license when I was involved with USA ODP Olympic Development Soccer Program, and I paid for my own license through the. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right, so this is it is not the Concacaf. So apparently this is not the Concacaf A license. Apparently it is not the Concacaf A license. So all of a sudden, you're right, CC. What I'm saying, CC. So it is not the. This is crazy, because remember they are not doing the Concacaf A license course. They are doing a Trinidad and Tobago Football Association A license course. What benefit is that? How? And you're right, Eagle Republic. Let me bring up back Eagle Republic statement. Very good question. How does this A license translate? How far is it ranked? How high is it ranked? Why are they doing a Trinidad and Tobago? And for the persons who are asking, Peter McGregor, he's still in the hospital. All right. He has a hip injury, so he's still in the hospital. He's still in the hospital. Hope he recovers well. It would be so unfortunate again because he came back from overseas because he had an injury to recover to go back overseas. And at the time when he's supposed to go over, it would be so disappointing if this is what happened to him. All right. So these are some very pertinent questions. Big up the persons who are just joining. Champion Dre Anyweather Sports, his Harborview team, again won 6-5 on penalties against Dumby Holden yesterday in the JPL finals. Marcus Mosiah Garvey, I hear somebody, my friend Tala was saying that when they come into the stream, you need to bring Paul Bogley, you need to bring Nanny of the Maroon, Sir Alexander Bustamante. So you need to leave the stream, go and get them and bring them all into the stream. All right. CC said it is not a Concacaf A license. Why waste money on a Trinidad license? That's waste. That's what I'm wondering. How I need somebody. So any one of you persons who are high up on the food chain of coaching, how beneficial is the Trinidad and Tobago A license? Couldn't we have gotten somebody in Europe to give us some European license? Or somebody in America to help us doing one of the American licensing courses? How? I need somebody to tell me. Like how much weight does it? Can I use a Trinidad and Tobago A licensing, A license to get a job elsewhere in Concacaf? What is the purpose of this? So much money the federation is taking up. These are questions that we need to have explained to us, So if anybody has that information, like what is the value of this license? And if it is just something that they're doing to upgrade themselves, why wasn't the option given to other coaches? Why select a few? Because you cannot come back now and say you're going to move the B license coach to A license because you did a Trinidad and Tobago. Because according to what we understood, the B license is a Concacaf B license. All right. And the D license is a Concacaf D. Well, no, we're not even sure how the license business them work right now. Yeah. And I'm getting some information that the Trinidad and Tobago A license, Football Association A license, is only valuable in Trinidad. Only valuable in Trinidad and Tobago. It carries no merit or weight outside of the Twin Island Republic. What? Hey, who really paying? Oh, jeez. Yeah. Brendan is asking if you can play the steel drum after the course completion in Jamaican coaches will disgrace the A license, the Concacaf A license. No, it is not a Concacaf A license that they're doing, Oh, and Paul Bogley is present. Blessings. So we need Nanny of the Maroons now and, Sir Alexander Bustamante. Man in his man saw the coaches and the TD pass through Florida. Was that the road to Trinidad? Yes, it is. That you'd have seen them yesterday. Maybe they went to Florida and from Florida to Trinidad. Welcome, Ishmael. Marlon Scott is also in the building. Welcome, Marlon Scott. He says, I am skeptical about Jamaica coaches and their license. People have been known to buy license. How many of them could really pass the test for these licenses? Curious, what license did I think he's asking what license the Haitians have. All right. Yeah, no ranking. Right? And not only that, do you know that if you got your B license in 2022, you cannot do an A license? So Wasn't it this year that Fuzzy got his and Vassell Reynolds? Wasn't it this year? So if they got it this year, no, you are not eligible to do a license in the same year. When I think management don't know things are true. Management read a lot, And I have friends in very, very, very high places, locally and internationally. So, if this year you got your B license, you cannot do your A license this year. Bless up Kirkrow. Boss Thomas says, Mannings, Speid had the information from me because he know you'd ask him the correct questions. Yeah, I read that one already. Mark Chambers, welcome. I am not expecting to see Jamaica in the 2026 World Cup, not under the current GFF admin. Yes, Fresh God, I hope that he'll be okay. I hope that he'll be okay, man. Brain Drain says, I think we are placing too much emphasis on the venue. Or you're talking about maybe they are going to take over the Trinidad football. They said maybe they're going to take over the Trinidad Football Association. Oh, Lord of mercy. Let's see if that is the plan. Let's see if that is the plan. Oh, my word. Papi Show coach go to Trinidad coaching course. Yeah, why? I need to know why. And no, this is it. These things happen and nobody speak to us. So I need to find out why do a coaching course in Trinidad? Why not get somebody from Europe, from the Americas to come and do the coaching course? Do it, right? Come to Jamaica. That all the money you're paying to travel, I am sure that it would probably equivalent to getting somebody from Europe coming to Jamaica for a week and then coaching like all the B licensed people and at the same time doing something with some C licensed coaches, right? And then let them pay $10,000. So you'd make up all the money. Like, am I the only one who think these things through? And the truth is, any kind of, for me, learning is important. So if you go there, I think it will help their coaching pedigree and acumen. They will get better because it's information, and information is important. But the certificate itself has no value outside of Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, there is no like if a person from Trinidad has that, he's not even qualified to coach in the Jamaica Premier League based on the present. Because what is it equivalent to in Jamaica? That's what I want to know. What is the A license? Because as far as I know, Jamaica is ahead of Trinidad at youth level, at the senior level, and at the female level. So it is clear that our football is doing better than Trinidad and Tobago football. So is your license way more valuable than those in Jamaica? What is the equivalent level in Jamaica? These are questions that must be answered. Must be answered. Come into your comments. And I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm just asking important questions that somebody can answer. And somebody needs to answer. Smell like washing machine at play money. You don't have no clothes. Big up, Jason. All right. Brian says, Mannings, there is no flight from Jamaica to Trinidad, and that's strange given we're all in CARICOM. Yeah, Caribbean Airways, apparently, our Caribbean Airlines not working anymore. Brain Drain says, it will be marketed spin as an A license, just like any other A license. You will be told you are fighting against and bad mind if you show objection. Yeah, like, listen, all right? The information will be good. But let me tell you something. You ever have like, all right, people who know this, right? You have to go to an accredited university to have transfer of credits many times. So you can go to certain places, and I'll get all kind of marks and things. But if it is not accredited, you can't transfer those credits to get certain exemption from courses. All right? No. Why would I spend money to do something that cannot be used out of the jurisdiction that it is being done in? This is a global world. I must do courses that enables me to coach all over. Again, it does not mean the information is not good, but the certificate itself has little or no value. Yeah. And not only that, people, it's a 12-month course. 12 months it will run for. This is just a face-to-face, the face-to-face part of it. But it's a 12-month course. 12 months to get a Trinidad and Tobago A license. 12 months. And then they are going to come back to Jamaica and tell the B license coaches that they can train them to be A license coaches. Quite contrary. Let me just go through some more of these. Man, this is just another mechanism to further chiffon FIFA money to their own pockets. I have said it before. JFF is all about ciphering FIFA's money. Rob Simit, bless up, Rob Simit. They're going to Trinidad get license though. It is not like they're going to back road to get it. I'm sure there is process. Yeah, Rob Simit, like I will say this again, Rob Simit. Getting the information is good. No problem. All right? Nothing is wrong because information and knowledge is important. I'm not discrediting that. I'm not discrediting the need for people to upgrade their craft and thing. All right? But we have sent the people in our coaching school away. One, who is paying for it? Why aren't they paying for it? All right? When they get this, it's not like it qualifies anybody to even coach people or train people or certify people because this is something that has value in Trinidad and Tobago alone. My suggestion would have been find someone in Europe, seeing that we have so many players in Europe. Take all of the money that you're spent on this, get them to Jamaica, and now you'll be able to have them do this kind of a thing for more coaches in Jamaica. We have a call coming in. I think this. Hey, welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Money's all gone.
Me there, boy. One more day of stress.
Money, go on. Me hear something still about the license what them are doing at Trinidad is a Concacaf license. It's just that Trinidad is hosting the course, but it's not a Trinidad license them I get. It's a Concacaf license them I get.
Yeah, sure. Is it Concacaf A license?
Yeah, man. A Concacaf people go to the instructor, man, and I see them I get.
That's what I said at first, but I was reliably informed that it is not a Concacaf A license.
Is a Trinidad A license?
Is a Trinidad A license because I was saying that because I started out by saying they're doing the Concacaf A license course, and I was reliably informed that it is not. It is a Trinidad license, which I'm saying that don't make any sense.
Money is Trinidad, but Trinidad can't have an A license. So what's because I mean Trinidad can if based on my understanding the license the course has been done in Trinidad, but it is Concacaf certified.
Well, listen, I can't. I mean, I am being told again while you are talking. I am being told that it is not a Concacaf A license.
Oh, unless something spooky are going in the money.
That is I'm saying it don't make any sense.
Yeah, because we know the Concacaf license is a habit they can coach
across Concacaf. There you go.
So if you have a B license and your B license can allow you to coach anywhere in the region where where them accept the qualification as to them standard in terms of minimum or maximum.
Because you remember what I read? What I read, you know, even let me read the flyer again. Unless the flyer is inaccurate, or the release from the JFF is inaccurate. All right, so let me I'm going to try and get the official, if somebody can just send me that, but here's one of the release from the JFF. Here's what it says. 6 Jamaican coaches with help from JMMB Joan Duncan Foundation and the Jamaica Football Federation are in Trinidad for the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association's inaugural A license coaching course. So unless they mistyped, because when I read this initially, I said that it is a Concacaf, and I was text and corrected. Even the Eagle Republic. So maybe it is a Concacaf sub. I don't know if you can do some check and find out if it is a Concacaf A license. But if you read the press release, it is saying it is a Trinidad and Tobago A license course. So maybe they are not. Maybe the press release is
inaccurate.
Is inaccurate.
Which would be surprising. Or maybe sometimes the simplest thing is the truth.
All right. So let me read. So I have the official flyer. All right. The official flyer says the inaugural T&T F. You want me I can put it up, you know, for the people to see. Course takes place at Napa in Port Spain and Atobaldon Stadium, which coaches and technical director from Jamaica, Guyana, St. Lucia, Barbados, all of those other places, and it gives you the date. It is a Trinidad and Tobago.
Money is the only way I think it would have made sense.
All right, people, let me. I'm going to.
No, I understand what you were saying, but I said the only way you think it would have made sense. If they must say Trinidad are the country we are host it, and probably the first time.
But the flyer says the TTFA license coaching course.
Oh.
So
that's just grand waste of money and waste of time. Trinidad don't know at the bottom of the footballing pile, Bridget.
Listen, I hope it is a Concacaf license because there's no Concacaf thing on this, you know. So let me just show you because I stand to be corrected, people. I stand to be corrected. All right. But like I said that, I hope it is Concacaf, which would be good for the football. But let me show you something, right? I'm not the brightest man around, but look at that, people. And you don't see anything about Concacaf on it. That is the flyer that was sent out. It have the T&T Football Association logo. There's no Concacaf. They didn't put a Concacaf. And maybe it is. Like I said, I stand to be corrected, but based on this and what the JFF has said, it doesn't appear. You seen it, Brian? You seen it? Hello? Look like we have lost our caller. All right, people. So that is what it is. Right? So based on this, it is a license, but it's a Trinidad and Tobago thing. I could be wrong. Oh, sorry, we cut you off. You can call back. Sorry about that. How did I cut you off? Sorry about it. No one has any facts, but Man's man is a rare Jamaican who reads. Thank you, Bridget. So I don't know. And here, Eagle Republic is saying that Google TNT FA holds a licensed coaching course dated May 12, 2020, published by, so T&T has a licensing course for Trinidad and Tobago, FA, which is not Concacaf. So it could be, and maybe nothing is wrong, you know. Right, Rob Smith? What I'm saying that at the end of the day, it is information and knowledge, you know. It is information and knowledge, and that is good because it may help them in their coaching. But is this the way we want to go? Why not get some of these guys invite some of the nations that are doing better than us to provide some coaching? Like let them go and do something in Europe, or bring a European coach out here that can offer some sort of European equivalent, or in the United States and provide that, right? So that's what I would do. But at the end of the day, any sort of knowledge you get is important. So for now, I'll leave it alone, like Ishmael says, because what the GFF send out is not clear. And this is suggesting that it is an A license from Trinidad, not a Concacaf A. Ryan LFC, welcome, my brother. You're muted. What's going on?
Remove that comment there from the screen.
Oh, you want to see the flyer? Yeah, you're muted again. You're muted again, Ryan.
Are you sure this course is not an A Concacaf?
If it is, Ryan, not based on what I am seeing right now and what the GFF have released. So what the GFF has released would have been inaccurate in terms of its wording, and this flyer is not suggesting Concacaf in its printing. So
that means that somebody are telling lie then.
Well,
because I talked to somebody very important around the process, and them said they're going to do a Concacaf license. So I don't know what is going on. And second thing, one of the person who travel, I hear that they cannot travel to the United States, but or they go to Florida airport and go to Trinidad.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about. So there's a person who cannot travel through the United States or cannot visit the United States.
Cannot visit or travel. Once you not even visit or once you can't go to the United States, you cannot go to the United States.
Okay. All right. We have Ryan, hold on a sec. We have Be a Blessing.
Yeah. Big up yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings, man.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, man. Hear
big up Ryan.
And let me just say this, Anonymous OG, there's no information on the Concacaf site, Ryan, about his coaching courses that they're offering any A license in Trinidad. So maybe
but that man said the information is really surprised to me because the person consistent say they're going to Trinidad and Tobago to do the A license, the A license for Concacaf.
They're doing an A license. They're doing an A license.
For Concacaf. I don't know so why them going to Trinidad to do an A license for Trinidad. That's not valid nowhere in the world, but in Trinidad. Or them just try to fool the people, them brother. And you don't know how if somebody pick the coaches. They pick the coach who they want to do the A license. So it wasn't a thing where you have to pick somebody from the JFF, pick these people to go.
All right, let's see if I can make some call. We have a call online. So Be a Blessing, go ahead, because we don't want to. Yeah, man.
My question. So I heard about that a few coaches left the island to do that course. Can you give me an update who? I heard that Mr. Speid. Who else went?
Vassell Reynolds, Wendell Downswell, Meron Garden, Andre Peart, and Marcel Gayle.
All right. So management, what is the requirement for the head of the coaching school in Jamaica? What you need to have?
What you need to have? Well, the person who is
because
leading didn't know have a B license.
okay, so I'm just curious. I'm just asking questions. How can the head of the coaching school in Jamaica have a B license and yet he's over the coaching school in Jamaica? Can you clarify that? I don't understand.
I think that is why they have sent him on this course to increase his knowledge.
But management, shouldn't you be at the apex of the coaching?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you get at least an A or something equivalent to be head of the coaching school in Jamaica?
Yeah, what I agree with you, but what I'm saying is that maybe they had to start the courses first before the person actually got the maximum qualification. So that is why in the school they have only done like the D license. So because the only licensing that they have taught, is the D. So maybe that's why they have gone to do I'm hoping it's the Concacaf A, because that way they can do the B and C license courses for other coaches.
Well, management, honestly, I don't know, but Jamaica, we go backward in everything. For me, you can't be the head. And I am not knocking Andrew Peart because he didn't select himself. A position was open and he applied and he got it, right? So I'm not knocking him, but I'm just saying, if you're the head of the coaching school in Jamaica, you're supposed to be well qualified.
Yeah,
because
but
you're going to be helping.
But no, what I'm saying, Caller, to be fair, what they have said is that, listen, our coaching, we need to restructure our coaching. You have a B license. We are going to start improving from the lowest level, which is the D. So I don't think like that's a bad thing. And then while he's doing the D, he's improving himself to hopefully A license that is Concacaf. So when he comes back to Jamaica, he can start. He would be ahead of everybody else.
But it's bad. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do some research.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some research on finding like other countries that they're coaching, that head the coaching school. Because for one, I think you have to have experience. You have to have a lot of experience and have a lot your credit, everything, your A, you have to have all of that. That's you can't go forward to be like, okay, I am D and at least the lower are D. So I am higher. But you have not won anything, you haven't been a coach.
I am saying to you though that I may not have won anything, but that don't mean I cannot teach you. Like listen, there are teachers in school.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But the thing is, we have to be practical about it. The head of the coaching school in Jamaica, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, has to be a very, very qualified person. Not somebody who's basically, obviously you can't stop learning. But I'm thinking you're supposed to reach a certain level. Because, no disrespect, but I can just see Andrew stepping into a coaching seminar with Wendell Downswell and Andrew Edwards, and these guys are more experienced and probably as qualified as he is. So that's what my point.
Oh, okay.
But
that's what I mean. But what I'm saying to you though is that in fairness, I'm just being fair and honest. He has not been given the liberty to train at that level. He has started the training from the D, and that's what I'm saying, that if that's where he's at, that's okay as he continues to develop himself, because maybe in 5 years he has a UEFA A license. But right now, where he's at, he's on par with everyone else, and he's coaching those who are at the lower level. But Peter Weir just said that. Peter Weir just said that I need to do my research. I just read the proper article. People, let me tell you this. If you don't know this, presently, Concacaf does not have an A license. So I don't know what you mean. Read the article. People, Concacaf does not have an A license right now. Let me say it again. Concacaf does not have an A license right now. So I would love to know what article to read.
But let me just finish up by wishing that, tonight, I hope the Reggae Girls would at least get a point. I think it's the best time to play Mexico. The first game of the tournament, nerves are high. They're the host nation. I think the pressure would be on. And I think we going into that game, we probably can finish a victory or at least get a point, which would be very good for us. So I think it's best to play the host nation sometime. Because it's not like Mexico. Mexico is not as dominant as, yes, they are good, but we have a very good team too. So I think we can get something out of that game. And my last point, management, and I want you to push this if you agree with it. But this keeper from Harborview, Anthony Bennett, at 17. I tell you this, I don't think the national team the senior national team should call up a 23-man squad without that youth in that squad. I think he's a very, very good keeper, very commanding. He speaks, he's very good in the air. And he's still learning. At 17, I think he's very, very good for the future. And I think he could be a very good understudy to Blake.
I will say this, we have two very good young keepers. I think the under-20 keeper, Kanaya Boyce Clark, was very good as well.
Amen.
So I think we have I think we have we have some good young keepers. Like I don't think that's an area that we need to be concerned with right now. Or not.
That's true, but the thing is, I remember Donnarumma. Donnarumma has been keeping for AC Milan from he was 16, and he got drafted in the team as understudy for Buffon. Now, just going to tournaments and going on international duty and training with Buffon was good for him. And look, he's probably one of the best in the world now. So I think we can't look and say, okay, we need to get these youth in the national program, because it's not like they're very good. And with more training, and it's very, you know what? I was watching the game last night, and I think the second string national under-20 keeper is from Waterhouse. Now, Waterhouse second string is Chambers. So I'm assuming the third string is the national under-17.
No, he's not. All right, no. Well, let me just clarify. So Waterhouse second string keeper is Nash, who is injured. Then you have Chambers. The other goalkeeper just went there because Waterhouse have one of the better goalkeeper coaches. His name is Andrew Safan Sewell. So he's actually a Cavaliers player. Watson is a Cavaliers player. Yeah. Ricardo Watson. Yeah.
Well, it's surprised that youth at 17 didn't make that squad.
Yeah, man. All right. Thank you. Be a blessing.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Bless you.
All right. So people, right. So I'm not sure. Like when you say that, I need what information I need to get. But this is a part of the question, Brian. Who paid for the initial coaches to do the B license courses? Because a number of those aren't even coaching right now. Why then were they selected ahead of active coaches? And so I'm going to ask this. Is Mr. Speid, for example, going to be sticking to Cavaliers? So how does that help Jamaica? Like when they do these courses, how does it help Jamaica on a whole? Are the coaching thing in Jamaica? All right. And again, I'm getting information. Concacaf presently does not have an A license. You can Google it and check who are the Concacaf A license coaches. Or is this the first Concacaf A license coach? And if it is, why is it Caribbean coaches? Because I don't hear anybody from Honduras and from Panama and from Costa Rica and from Mexico. and from the United States. So is it a Concacaf? I'm just reading it. And again, people, please don't get it wrong. I'm asking questions, but whatever it is important that the coaches educate themselves. And if you're educating yourself for your benefit, I think it is important that you pay for that. If the federation is paying for it, it must be, when you're strapped for cash, it must be the highest level of coaching education you're getting. And when you get that, you must have a mandate to disseminate the information all across Jamaica so that all coaches can benefit from the information you have. So is there a mandate for the 6 coaches to go beyond their clubs and spread the information they will receive from this? Because I think no coach who presently coach a team should be sent to these courses. It should be a coaching panel that has a mandate to get the education and then educate all the coaches across Jamaica. That's how I think it should be done. And that is why I would seek, because we have so many players seeking to go into Europe, I would begin to look at getting European-based licensed coaches to come and offer license to the locals. All right, let me read some more of your comments. People, if I miss some, please bear with me. It's a lot of them. You can always put them back up. Just retype them and put them and I'll get them. All right, Rob Simit, bless up, bless up. Of course, it helps Jamaica if our youth players are passing through these people's hands. All right, hear you. This one says, management, wonder if these people are looking to put one of these guys as senior coach. Don't even want to get into those speculation. Management, Mr. Speid is going to tell you that he paid out of his own pocket. Well, and that would be good enough. But the release said, with help from JMMB Joan Duncan Foundation and the Jamaica Football Federation. It didn't say, and input from the coaches. That's how I read. I just read things, people. Brethren, I know you can deduce from what I'm saying. I know you are an expert of reading in between the lines. So let's both be smart about this one. I don't want to be implicated. Yeah. Why they can't buy people plane ticket, but they can afford this? I think it's two different. I think it's two different things. And part of it, what we do, that's why I say I don't want to speculate, because it could be that when FIFA gives money, it says like FIFA could actually say, I don't know, is that you have to spend this amount. I don't know if it is, I'm just suggesting people. FIFA could say you have to spend this amount on coaching education. And it is out of that allocation that they are doing this. So because we don't know, we can't measure things. Yeah. Strap for cash could also mean taking an economical approach. Bang for the buck, not necessarily the best, but might be the most expensive. True. You are just asking questions. The USA and pro license are very expensive, so I can understand why Jamaican don't pursue. The A license is about US 4,000 and the pro is about. Here we go. Look at this. So remember what I am saying now, Tuffy Rudy, is that the USA license, right, is 4,000 US. We are paying $1,500 US dollars. 2,500 less for a T&T A license. Why not do the USA license? That would allow you to go right across the Caribbean. Why not do that? And then the JFF could say, we are bringing you to Jamaica, so it's probably going to cut it down from 4,000 to 3,000. I don't know. And say the coaches who want to do it pay the balance. Because at the end of it, it's just like with doctors in Jamaica and nurses. Listen, you have to pay for part of your education, and the government pay for part of it. And you have to just work in the system for a while. Yeah. So, yeah, we don't we don't want to spend all our time. It look like we're going to have to end this stream and give it a different title and start a new stream to discuss the reggae girls. Can you imagine, people? Should we do that? Should we just, start a completely new stream and discuss the girls on that stream solely, seeing that much of this has been consumed with the reggae boys, and I have like 27 minutes. Yeah. So I'm going to finish the 27 minutes. And later at around 5, we'll do the reggae girl stream. This is unfair to the girls, right? So we're just going to finish this stream talking about the licensing, because we have around 28 or so minutes before we do it. And then I'm going to I can't do this to them. I think the girls deserve way better than this. So I'm going to change the thumbnail and all of that, and then come back later and do the girls stream. All right. But so certain things we're asking. All right. If this is a T&T A license, why weren't other coaches invited or given the option to do it? Is it that it is a selected amount that we are spot our spaces? All right. Right. Michael Sadler says, according to Google, it is a coaching course for Caribbean coaches to coach in Concacaf and Europe. Okay. Yeah. I asked that question, why no one involved in the brain drain, why no one involved in the girls program is a part of this, or do we expect someone from this to be a part of the girls program going ahead? All right. C license, B license. I'm trying to find something about Concacaf A license. I'm not seeing any Concacaf A license. See a lot of stuff about C license. I'm on the Concacaf site. Is there an actual Concacaf A license? Is there? Or they are saying that this Trinidad and Tobago A license. All right. And people, I'm getting information from people in Europe watching the program and in the United States. Michael Sadler just got this. It cannot be used in the USA and it cannot be used in Europe. That's the information I'm getting right now. One, because they're saying that only UEFA courses are recognized in Europe. Because even what you get in the United States, you have to get the UEFA to coach in. So it can't be used. It definitely can't be used in Europe. Whoa. Whoa. But is there, because have you found anything that says Concacaf has a license? Or is this the first that Concacaf will be giving out a license? Yeah, man, people, we need to get the likes up, people, because we're going to have to do a different stream for the girl. Yeah, man, big up to Harbor View. Jarvis, long time, bro. Blessings, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah. But just some questions, and I think it would be good if the federation, when these things are done, they can come out. And people sometimes, listen, all right, I'm going to use probably 10 minutes of my time to do this. We live in a time when people only want to hear when you have good to say about them. And it is important, and I've always sought to commend when good things are done. In fact, many of you would recall that there were times when before the campaign and in the campaign, many people were saying that Manningsman work for the JFF. Manningsman is pro JFF and all of that. Why? Because the negotiations went well and nobody wasn't complaining. I was commending them about the Paul Hall, all of these things when they added light up by the Captain Horace Burrell. In fact, I did a debate on sports radio and defending the JFF, speaking about their achievements and won. Because I believe in being fair and balanced. I not only believe in equality, but equity. All right? And here is where I am at. When I speak about the things that I think are not operating and doing well or going well, I don't do that because I want to highlight the negative. I do that because I want the powers that be to make the necessary changes. That's it. And as Jamaicans, we must be, including me, and I lift my hands up, we must be able to manage criticisms better than we do. The moment somebody criticizes, we want to blackball them, write them off, because there is this perception that people ought not to say anything bad. So if you say to you, if you have a friend who is dishonest and you say, listen, you're dishonest, and you need to be honest, man. You need to have some integrity. They want to cut you off, and life cannot be like that. I will say this. One of the things I will say about the president of the GFF is this. Even when you criticize him, and he may not like it, he will still communicate with you. That's one thing I'll give him credit for. And he will say, listen, yeah, you're right, we could have done it better. Whether or not he takes action is a different thing, but he will do that. We have to be open to positive and negative criticism. We cannot be that as soon as Ryan LFC and Coach Minzy or Man in His Manor, Formula or Military Guna says something against a player, and it happens with the players too, male and female. The day you come on and say, boy, the girls played a bad game, you are the worst and you hate them. We can't operate like that. We can't, because it is not constructive to our development. That's what we have to do. Listen, people call me all kind of madness on this platform and say, listen, I will think I do a video that I'm being fair and honest, and people still dislike it. I get some comments when the streams are over, and I'm saying that, how did you get that? Why would you say that? But I look at it and say, how can I do things better? Sometimes it upsets you, but you have to go past the emotions and become logical and think rational. So don't think there is a deliberate attempt by vloggers to come and undermine Jamaica's football. That's not the objective. When the team wins, we speak to that. Do you realize that the criticisms after the Mexico and Suriname game were way less about the team? Do you realize that people are not out here bashing the girls' program? So when things go well, we give commendation. When things go wrong, we are obligated as fair and honest people to speak what is truthful. And I have listen, I talk to a lot of the past footballers. And you know what I appreciate with them? If I say, listen, yo, the youth them nowadays good. Yeah, man. If I say, for example, let me use Freddie. If I say, hey, Freddie, what you talk about, man? Let me use a name. Who can I use? Hey, oh, you talk about Freddie, man. Let me find a footballer. Who can I use? Guy in Paris, a bigger baller for you, man. Freddie will say, man, you're a mad man. Listen, me playing Champions League. Man, you talk about man. Let me show you the stats. You know that tomorrow Freddie and I talk same way, and we heal up each other. Listen, if I call Mesa, man, I say, hey, Mesa, hey, listen, they're not upset because they understand it has nothing to do with their person. It's just a conversation and people's opinion. But you go and tell some of these nowadays footballers, hey, you know, say Mesa better than you. The man them vex with you and say them now talk to you again. If you go, listen, I can say to Bradley Stewart, hey, Bradley Stewart, them coaches, they are big coaches. I can say to Vin Blaine, I can say to Charlie Edwards, and listen, I can call them tomorrow and talk to them. You go to some of these coaches right now and say to them, Bradley Stewart, a big coach, them vex. And they don't want to talk to you again. You're not supposed to say, no matter what they do, you're not supposed to say anything. Life cannot be lived like that. You're living in a bubble, and only babies stay in bubble. Well, not a bubble. Let's call it an incubator. An incubator you live in. You need to get out of, in other words, people who live in the incubator have growth problems. After a while, you have to come out of your incubator and live in the real world. All right? What is it called? What is it called? Tell me. What is it called? What is it called, Brain Drain? Did I get it right? Dr. Drain. Sorry, Dr. Brain. Do I call it Dr. Drain or do I call it Dr. Brain? Did I get it right? Is that what it is? Tell me. You say Alvas disagree. Hey, congratulations to Alvas. I think his wife is pregnant. Don't know if she has baby yet, you know. Listen, Alvas Paul did not look good in the World Cup campaign, but I told people that Alvas Paul is one of those youngsters when he came into the national team was a big ball. I don't know what happened. Yeah, not just life and challenges. You know, Michael Salah says it is still a T&T FA license course. We need, right? They will come back and say they're A license coaches. No, believe me, they're going to use it to the advantage. This generation stuff. Yeah, people don't want to be criticized, man. I was on Coach Minz's stream and I see somebody was over there and the person called my name, you know. And I see like somebody, I don't know how, but some dirty corner boy was challenging the person. And the person got upset. And I'm saying that, look at that. Everywhere this person see me on a stream, no matter what I say, they criticize me. And the moment somebody criticizes them, they lose it. Don't give what you can't take. All right? Don't give what you can't take. But we have to learn to take criticism and learn from it. And so when the JFF does good things, we're recommending them about the coaching courses that they were offering. We were speaking highly about how the league went on during the pandemic and all of those things. We spoke to those things. So don't come across and give the impression when they bought buses, we talk about the first time we're having bus, they opened the captain. We have spoken about those things. When we heard that they were changing the constitution to allow, we said this would be a good, allow 60% to vote. We spoke to those things. We did. We spoke to those things, and we will always do that. We're not going to be disrespectful, but we're not going to be disingenuous about the things that we see. So, but yeah, like this, we need to get some more information. Ryan did say he's going to make some calls and find out. Right, I did get some info. If anybody else have any additional information, let me know. Management, something is spooky because Coach Duque has an A license from the US and it doesn't seem to be accepted here because he's a holder of a Concacaf B license, which I think he did recently. I'm telling you something is very, but I don't want to call. I didn't want to call people's name, but I'm glad that you brought it up. I'm glad that you brought it up. So something is very strange about this. Yeah. Listen to this. This is, all right. Are you aware that the director of coaching for the DV7 Football Academy in Dominican Republic has a UEFA Pro license? That is how far the Dominican Republic is going. It is not by accident. And here's what this is where, and so I don't want people to get me wrong. This is where Jamaica should be going. I think all of the money being spent for these 6 coaches should help us to get at least one Jamaican coach to go to Europe, partner with one of the clubs or the nations. All right. This is where like a Craig Butler come in. Let's work with Craig Butler. See if we can get into Belgium and get one of the highest level UEFA coaching. Listen, let me give you an example. Freddie Butler has his UEFA B license. Freddie Butler. And there are other Jamaicans who have it. It would have been better to find out from UEFA if these guys can teach certain courses in Jamaica and let them come and do it. We can't be looking. I'm not saying that Concacaf isn't, because this is not Concacaf, because I'm saying that only Caribbean nations. It is probably a Caribbean license, which has some merit in terms of information. However, we need to aim for the highest levels. That's what I am saying. Especially because the majority of our team, is based, our senior men's team and our senior women's team, they are based in Europe. We just had a U20 team that had players from Europe. If we want to get better, we need to send people to Europe to learn the game and come back to Jamaica and educate the rest of coaches. So it would have been better, I don't know, if they said to Andrew Peart, listen, let's see if we can get you to Europe. All right? Manage, we have a female Jamaican that has a UFAB license as well. We must try better to leverage the help of our people. We have Wes Morgan that is, director of football. Have we engaged him? I'm telling you, Michael Johnson. We have people out there, and I'm sure that we don't have all the names. But there are people out there. I'm even saying that, listen, engage Craig Butler because obviously he has connections overseas. They're in Belgium for many years. Engage the people. Andrew Edwards, who comes on my program. He brought on one of the director of football from Sweden. There are people out there. And he came on my platform. Imagine if the JFF were supposed to invite him to Jamaica. He's a coaching educator. What that means is that he has license to educate other coaches. And he came on a YouTube platform with me. We have Brian Penske. Just moved from Tennessee to Florida. I had him on this program. A coaching educator who could develop and license and help with many Jamaican coaches. Why not engage some of these people? There are persons out there. This is not about mannings, man. Can we pay the, why do we always think people want to do things out of kindness? All right, Rob Smith here. So that is why I said, Rob Smith, this money that because at the end of the day, Rob Smith, the B license was offered for free. All right? This A license is being offered at no expense to the coaches. What I am suggesting is that if all of that money was put together to get one or two persons to get the highest level of coaching education that allows them to teach and qualify other coaches, it would be better for them to come and start developing the coaches. So I am not asking to find new money. I'm saying that the monies that we have been using, centralize it. And if there's no money, fine. Listen, if I were the GFF and there's no money, I would stop playing football. Seeing that money is the issue, we need to stop because there's no money. We don't have money to pay players, to pay coaches. We don't have money to market. We don't have money to have stadium. We don't have any money. So if money is the issue and we cannot get money, we don't have any money, then leave the football and just say, listen, FIFA, we are withdrawing Jamaica from all football because there's no money. It cannot be that other people, how Trinidad can host this thing. Yes, sir. Sorry to cut you off earlier. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, man, money is money. You know what I say? What I say is, I think it would have been cost effective because if them say them can send a coach go to Europe, then them can invite an educator from up there and form some form of relationship with UEFA or whoever to get them to come out here, come teach a course, because I mean you have coaching course that go on the whole of countries, and people outside of the country going to do it, because pretty much the theme course in Europe.
Yeah, and he was at Chelsea. And he did part of it at Chelsea.
Yeah, but even the female of the UEFA B license, I think Ireland should do fair one, she don't come from Ireland.
Yeah, so Ricardo Fuller is doing his badges now.
Yeah, so what I say is there must be a way where the JFF as a football entity can reach out to UEFA and see how best, if I even forget the UEFA C or whichever, and say, yo, if them do this courses, them courses here, then eventually over time we can find a way how we can get coaches to go overseas, and if it needs be them pay a part of it because of them development too. So them can fund their own education to some extent. I mean, and we can invite them out here to come and run courses. Because link up with hotel them, brother, and find some of them stay, accommodation and them good thing there. Get a sponsor to sponsor the thing them directly. Because if probably people say, yo, them must say, boy, JFF, them set away with money or whatever. Then, all right, we don't want your money. But these people are coming, this is what I want for them to come. They must stay at Hotel X. They must spend 3 weeks. The cost for this are 3 weeks. If you can sponsor me this, I'll appreciate it. You can go ahead and pay Hotel X, whatever this amount be. If them need, whatever them need, the vendor, the people who sponsor you can do it directly to the vendor them then. You get what I say? And you select coaches. I don't know what they're going to use as the criteria for select coaches. But them select some coaches, but more hope say some of the coaches them select would have be people who are interested in being coaching educators themselves. So if them learn one level, then can probably teach the level, 2 levels below to somebody else or something in another way. If you get what I say.
Yeah, yeah.
But yo, brother, so you tell me say the JFF as a football federation can't reach out to nobody, bridging. Them can't assert them name bad, that them can't send an email, them can't call somebody, brother. We have West Morgan in England. We have one heap of coaches in England, brother. Who and West Morgan are director of football and Leicester City, brother. I now say him to come give you everything, you know. But yeah, he must can help you in some way, shape, or form, brother.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna reach out to him, and one of the things I'm here talk about it before is the way how we treat the players them, brethren, when them come. Even if we decide them not good enough to make the team again, them just dash them, my brother, and nobody not talk about them again, nobody not engage them. So probably that's why they can't go back them now.
Yeah, and like have we engaged the players who came to play from overseas at the under 20 and say, hey, well done, thank you so much for coming. We didn't make it, hope everything is all right.
Yeah, and keep a track of them. We need our database.
Yeah.
Keep a plan to know what's going on with them, how them are developed, how we can integrate them in the system if them good enough. Or if not, because you have no player who coming up who probably not going to play for long. Because of them talent or because you have other talent. But them can help in other ways to bridging. Them can see, I think when I love a program I listen to, and them I say, yo, I Peart he come here and meet when name, what do you from a name? Luca Levy. I set up something for him so he can get to go play in England. I'll be kind of the highest division, but it's a stepping stone bridging. You get what I say?
Yeah.
So it's not like the man them are bad towards local Jamaicans and things. But sometimes the way the federation engage them to and strive for them build between them and the other local play them and whatever it be, brother.
Yeah.
Where because the truth is them players there have advantage over us more than just playing in a brother. The man them a professional player will play in overseas for much years and things. Invite them down, brother, when they keep camp and anything, you have to invite them down to come read with the younger player, them young reggae boy, them brother. Build a relationship with them so them have an understanding, so you them know what professionalism and know what to take to be a professional player and them thing there. Or some of them can be their mentor or something of the sort, brother. But the man them not think them thing them on him. Them not doing vision the
Yeah, and like I'm saying that people have this impression that people are try to find negative things to say. No, it's not about that. The truth is that all of us, you, me, all of us want things. And when we highlight these things, it's very simple. We're highlighting them because we want to see changes. And I keep telling people, I mean, you know this too, because you want to be understanding. Say, no man. People used to talk about man is man this and a JFF him work fan and him a JFF this and him a this and him a that. And you understand me? So I find it surprising now when people come on and talk like say, me have a personal vendetta against the JFF. It's not, but we have to be honest. There are things that we can do and change the things.
Yeah.
And that's all we are saying. We are putting out ideas, we are looking at some of the problems and we are saying, hey, these things can be changed.
All right, money, I'm going to watch the stream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, then, respect. All right, people, listen, we're going to close the stream in you have 3 minutes. to make your final points. And why we're doing that is because we have dedicated this one to the right. We're going to try and do this one. We're going to try and do the girls one a little later, probably at around 5. Right. So we're going to end the stream. No, man, listen, let me tell you this. Let me say this to you, Pagan 180. I think a lot of times some of the things that that have been said about the federation are not accurate, and I think many people are very disrespectful. Like, you should not say things that you don't. You can't call people thief, and you can't prove it. Like, I have issues with those things. So I'm not like that. What I do, I leave the person and deal with the issue. So I don't have a problem with the person. I have a problem with the responsibility that is given to the person, and they're not carrying that out. And I will speak to those things because I still, as a human and a well-thinking Jamaican, I'd want to be able to engage Mr. Speid, to engage Mr. Wint, to engage Mr. Ricketts, to engage Mr. Gaynor, and don't feel like there's any vendetta either way. But if I engage you today, like listen, all right. I have worked with government entities and gotten awards. My organization have been awarded. That does not stop me from calling out something that I think is wrong in government. So if the JFF, for example, says, man, listen, we need you to come and pray, or we need you to come and counsel, or we need you to come and do a leadership stuff, I would volunteer my time to do that. But if I do that today and tomorrow I find out that there is an area that needs to be highlighted in terms of correction, I'm going to do it. If the JFF says, man, listen, we are going to bring you on to manage this particular area, and I have my platform, and I see that there's things, I'm going to speak to that, because that is how I am. And truth must be dealt with and spoken of in an honest and open way so that it can be improved on. So all of these things are about how can we do it better. All right, so let me take a couple more comments and then we are whooshing out of here. Management in 2020, the JAO and the JFF signed an agreement with the Argentina Football Association. The agreement was to help with the improvement of Jamaica football. 2 years later, SpongeBob. Please smash the like button. Big up, Light. We need to stop looking for charity help and figure a way to come up with the funds to get professional help. Someone we can hold accountable. If you're not paying someone, you can't hold them accountable. All right. Well, that there's 2 ways to look at that, Rob. Because you have to hold the government, whether you vote for the party in power or not, you have to hold them accountable, Yeah, so there's 2 ways to look at it. Yeah, There you go. Good point, OG. Welcome to the site. No, man, listen. I will say this to you. Some of the achievements of, listen, if this federation, this present federation, and people not going to agree with this, if this present federation were more accountable, I can tell you when you begin to measure their achievement, you'd say, given the time that they have had, they have accomplished a whole lot in the right direction. I think it is all the negative that have overshadowed, and the lack of accountability and transparency that have overshadowed some of their accomplishment. I am telling you. I think if they just kept themselves transparent and accountable, they had enough achievements that they could speak to, even though the teams have failed. But I think the lack of transparency and the lack of accountability and the how, people, the how, what is the how? How you do things. The biggest issue they have is how they have done things. We can all cite example of how they could have done things better. They could have dealt with the Vin Blaine situation better. They could have done with the player situation better. They could have dealt with the present Paul Hall situation better. It is the how that has messed them up. Because if they had come out and said, listen, here is our books. We want to show you Jamaica. We received $10. And now all our expenses come to 100. We have tried to reduce the cost, but we can't. We are unable to do this. Here is all the spending that we have done. We have stopped many people from traveling overseas on trips, because if they had done those things, it is the how. They have not dealt with the how right, in my opinion. But I think at the end of their tenure, there will be accomplishments that they can look back and say, look what we did for Jamaica's football. I'm talking about off the field stuff that has been done, right? So this is where people and I are always going to have issues with me. Again, I give credit where credit is due. Whether you think they're not supposed, that's your opinion. But I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I can tell you, let me give you a simple thing that some people say they don't care their business about, but I think it is important. All right? The president of the GFF, some of the people who have engaged him and how they have engaged him, I guarantee you that they could not and they would not, they couldn't engage the late Captain Burrell that way. In fact, I think some of the things that has been said about this present federation could have been said about the last federation. But people dare not come publicly and I'll open their mouth on TV or on radio. Remember, one TV station had to apologize or face a major lawsuit. So, I will end with this answer to KY question. On a scale of 1 to 10, where I rate them? I would give them 4. And I'd give the previous administration 3.5. That's me. So on average, we are around 3.75, 3.6 something on average over the last umpteen years in terms of our scale of failure or success out of 10. Because I think we were in a pit and we have just gone deeper in it. I think they came in a pit and they have just gone deeper in it. So I don't think the present federation got a palace and brought us to a pit. I think they got a pit and they have just gone deeper. So, yeah. But, ladies and plenty men, we have come to the end of this stream. I want to apologize for those who would have come on to hear about the Reggae Girl. I'm going to, do that later this evening. It is the end of the show. Oh, geez. This is the end of the show. And look, I have one call. All right. Sir, we were just about to close. So you have...
I know. Greetings. And, a lot of times I listen to you. A lot of times I listen to your program, and I have no intention of calling, But it's like you just can't help it, And Mannings, we talk about what good leaders do, right? But for, even beyond that, what good men do, honorable men, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Wint, Mr. Gaynor, et al., because I don't know all the names. All of you guys have failed Jamaica's football. You were elected to serve, to provide a service for the nation's football, but what you have done is a disservice. I remember back in the day when I watched Trinidad and Jamaica played in a packed stadium. And that was just a round robin game of what we used to call a Shell Cup. It was just amongst Caribbean countries. The stadium was jam-packed. And today, we are playing Mexico with big name overseas players, and the GFF cannot put 3,000 people in the stadium. And we looked at the JPL yesterday and we saw, 15,000? Right?
Yeah, some people are saying 15, some are saying it was more.
Right, and that's all because of good marketing, okay? So the GFF, Mr. Winton, I hope you guys are listening, Mr. Ricketts, you have done the nation a disservice. You have done the fans and the football a disservice. And as you, I can't even call you leaders anymore because you're obviously not good leaders. But you can save some dignity by stepping away. I think we will respect you a lot more if you step away. When things don't go right and you're a leader, you step away and let somebody else with fresh mind, fresh ideas come in. And at the very least, it would inject some energy back into the system. I think sponsors would be more amenable to come in and help. I think the Ricketts administration have overstayed their welcome. They have no credibility. And hence, just like you have said before, and many others, and even I think Man of Steel just called you and said the same thing. You can't even send an email to anybody to ask for any support because you have no credibility with anybody. So, Mr. JFF, please step down. The JFF will continue after you guys are gone and buried. The JFF is not yours. The nation football is not yours. The reggae boys, the reggae girls are not yours. It belongs to us, the fans and the people of Jamaica. Please, as a dieted fan, I am begging you to step aside and let new blood, new energy, and new ideas come in so we can save the country's football. And that's what I have to say. Thank you, management.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much. And people, that is how we will end the stream with the man, Peter. You're giving a charge to the Jamaica Football Federation. Thank you so much, Peter. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Again, my apologies to all of those who are fans of female football. That's what we should have discussed, but we spent the time talking about this whole coaching thing and it digressed into all kind of stuff, but good and worthwhile discussion. Listen, enjoy the rest of your day. Join me back later, right? I'm going to get some stuff done. Then I will be back again, and we'll also be doing a watch along to the Jamaica game that starts at 9 p.m. tonight. That's 10 o'clock for the people in the United States. Wow, it's going to be difficult. So bless up yourself. Listen, a lot of respect to you. Live good and be good. Seek to add value to someone's life. I am Manny's Man. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and we are over and OUT.
Yo, watch your bad dog. SK New heard this. The body out there. Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing was in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.